And welcome back, and it is the Higher Plus 5 a day, and it is the 25th of March, and let's just go straight to the first question. Right, now, before I even start, I will say the last 2 days, and maybe the last 3 or 4 days, we've had a couple of really tough questions, so I think the difficulty level has now definitely gone up. So let's see how we do today. Make M the subject. Now, having said that, this first one's not too bad, is it? Step 1, multiply through by the denominator. So that's going to give me 2m minus 2t is equal to m plus k. Take away m from both sides gives me m. Add 2t to both sides gives me k plus 2t. And that's it. So m equals k plus 2t. Not terrible at all. Next question. The table shows below there's some information about the ages of the employees for a company. It gives me some information. Mrs. Rashid calculates the estimated mean from the table as 38.2. I've just noticed we've got a missing value here, haven't we? Great. And then I want to find x. This is not going to be easy. Several reasons make this not easy. First of all, it is a group frequency table, so I'm going to need the midpoints. So my midpoints are going to be 25, even worse, 32.5, 37.5, 45, and 80 plus 50 is going to give me 130 divided by 2 is 65. Okay, then, hasn't even got bad yet, I also going to need the total frequency. The total frequency is 14 plus 20, but I'm going to get my calculator out, I'm not going to mess this up, I'm going to need it anyway. So 14 plus 20 plus 28 plus 10 is going to give me 72 plus x. Let's move that back. Now, I need also the frequency times the midpoints. So again, calculator out. So 14 times 25, 350. Next one is going to be 650. Don't need a calculator for that. 28 times 37.5 is 1050. That's 45x, just to be really annoying. And that is 650. And the sum of these, now I'm going to write them over here. So the sum, that just means the sum in set notation. So the sum of f times midpoint is going to be, calculator again, so 350, 2700 plus 45x. Ooh. And the sum of my frequencies, well, I've just worked that out, so that's okay, is 72 plus x. And then I know the average is the sum of the frequency times the midpoints divided by the sum of the frequencies. So I'm going to divide these two. This is a horrible, horrible question. Is 38.25. Now I will say it's not a definite, but if my x is a nice round number, I've done the right thing. Let's multiply through by the denominator. So 2700 plus 45x is equal to, well, 38.25 times 72 gives me 2754. Plus, what am I doing? 38. It's almost funny. Sorry, pen going funny. Write that bit again. So plus 38.25 x. Now, collect it on the right hand side. So 45 minus 38.25 is going to give me 6.75. X is equal to 54. And let's cross our fingers. So 54 divided by 6.75 is equal to, big breath out, 8. Phew. I'm not saying that's definitely the right answer, although as you may have heard me say in other videos, I will check it, but I feel better that that's a nice round number. It's quite hard to accidentally get the wrong nice round number. Next question. Using your value of x, calculate an estimate of the interquartile range of the ages. I would bravely say that you won't see a question this hard in the exam. This is difficult. Actually, it's not difficult. There's just a lot to it. It's a lot of marks for this. Okay, in order to do cumulative, the interquartile range, I need cumulative frequency. So this set here is between 0 and 14. This is between 14 and 34. Well, I'm adding these frequencies each time. So add 28 gives me 62. What am I adding? Adding 8 gives me 70, and adding 10 gives me 80. Now, why have I done that? Because my interquartile range is going to be, well, there are, now I know, I'm writing in red so you can see what I'm doing. Now I know there's 72, there's 80 things overall. So that means my lower quartile is the 20th, a quarter, and my upper quartile is 3/4, which is the 60th. And the 20th item's in here, and the 60th item is in here. Now, I don't have a lot of space here, so I'm going to try and describe this as best as I can. In order to work out the lower quartile, I need to go from the 14th to the 20th item. So I'm moving along 20 minus 14 items. There are 20, so this 20, there are 20 items in this group. I'm going to multiply that by the change of the group, which is 35 minus 30. And then I'm going to add on the initial part of the group, which is 30. That's my lower quartile. The upper quartile, similar idea. So now it's in the third group. So I need to go from 34 to 60. So that's going to be 60 minus 34. I'm going to divide that by how many things there are in the group, which is 28. I'm going to multiply that by the width of the group, which is 40 minus 35. I'm going to add on the initial part of the group, which is 35, and that's going to be the upper quartile. Right, calculator out. So that tells me lower quartile is 31.5, and my upper quartile is 39.6, which means what do I want on my interquartile range? So my interquartile range, the difference between these two, so 39.6 minus 31.5 is going to be 8.1. Wow, what a question. That got hard, didn't it? Well done if you made your way through that. That was a pretty tough question. Again, not too tough and not too difficult, but just there's a lot going on and very easy to mess it up. So really sort of challenging question at the end. Last and final question. Let's hope this one's a bit more straightforward, and it doesn't look it at all, does it? Shown are the straight lines A, B and CD. So A, B, C, D. M is the midpoint of CD. It's going to zoom in a bit. AB is perpendicular to CD. Good. So perpendicular lines, and passes through the point M, which by the way doesn't go through the origin. C is the point 12. Okay, we find out some data. So that's 12 and D is 6. And I'm guessing what I need to do, but let's read it anyway. Find the equation of AB. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm finding the equation of AB. So for CD, the gradient is, well, it goes down 12 and across 6. So minus 12 over 6 is minus 2. Which means for AB, well, the gradient is the perpendicular gradient, so it's going to be plus a half. Now, I also need the midpoint, don't I? So my midpoint is going to be, well, halfway between 0 and 12, it's 0 and 6, isn't it? Halfway between 0 and 6 is 3, and halfway between 0 and 12 is 6, so my midpoint is 3, 6. So I need the equation of the line with gradient to half, so y equals a half, x plus c that goes through the point 3, 6. This is not terrible. So therefore 6 is equal to 3 over 2 plus c, which means that c is equal to, well, 6 minus 1.5 is 4.5, which is 9 over 2, which means the equation of my line is y equals, y equals a half x plus 9 over 2. Wow, not even finished yet, but that was a good question. I like that question. Next part, B is the point, we've got a ratio bit just to make it even more difficult. B is the point 11, 10. Okay, right, let's just write this down. So B is 11, 10. A to M, M to B is 5 to 2, so that's 2 parts. This is 5 parts. Find the coordinates of A. Okay, what a surprise. Now, I'm going to do this by vectors. If you don't like vectors, they're really good to get your head around because they're really helpful. So B to M, well, B is 11, 10. I'm going to write M here. So M is 3, 6. So to get from B to M, I'm going to go from 11 to 3, which is minus 8. And to get from 10 to 6, I'm going to do minus 4. So that's my vector to get from B to M. Now I know from here that my vector to get from M to A is going to be 5/2, 5 halves, of minus 8 minus 4, which is, well, minus 8 divided by 2 is minus 4 times 5 is minus 20. And minus 4 divided by 2 is minus 2 times 5 is minus 10. This is a difficult question, by the way. It's definitely a challenging question. It's definitely high plus. That is what I need to do to get from M to A. So if my M is 3, 6, this is bad maths, by the way. You should really write this as vectors when I write it this way around. So I'm going to take away 20. I'm going to take away 10. You'll get the marks in the exam because you're doing the right thing. And so that's going to give you, well, 3 minus 20 is minus 17, and 6 minus 10 is minus 4, and that is my final answer. Quick sanity check. Minus 17 minus 4 is, well, I'm not saying it's precise, but it is kind of around here somewhere, isn't it? So let's call that one okay. I said in the last video, I don't say wow very often, but wow, those first question, really quite straightforward. Two very difficult questions, which is why there's only two other questions underneath. Do let me know how you did. I thought they were very tricky. If you got all the way through, you got them right, well done. Either way, like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks all.